JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, a Rockabessa police lockup escapee recaptured. Linton Bailey, one of the 7 men who escaped from the Rockabessa police lockup in St. Mary in December, was recaptured today. The police say the 22-year-old was found in a vegetated area during an operation in the community of Wilderness and taken back into custody. The police say a manhunt is still on for the 6 people who are still on the run. The police are reminding residents that it is an offense to harbor a fugitive. Persons with information that can assist in locating the escapees are being encouraged to contact the Rockabessa Police at 876-726-0698, Crime Support 311, the JCF tip line at 811, or the nearest police station. 3 shot, 2 fatally on Wildman Street. 2 men are dead and another man injured following a gun attack on Wildman Street in Rose Gardens, Kingston on Wednesday. The deceased have been identified as 26-year-old Akil Ainsworth, otherwise called Bull, and the 30-year-old Deshane Palmer, otherwise called Eddie, both laborers of a Kingston address. Reports from the Central Police are that about 8:34 p.m., all 3 men were standing along the roadway when they were approached by a man who brandished a gun and opened fire. The police were alerted, and on the arrival of the lawmen, all 3 men were seen with gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital, where Ainsworth and Palmer succumbed to their injuries. The other man was admitted for treatment. Investigations continue. Man shot and injured in Manchester drive-by. A man was shot and injured in a drive-by shooting in the troubled community of Greenvale on the outskirts of Mandeville, Manchester on Wednesday. Police sources say the man, who is in his late 50s, was shot in his chest. He is a resident of 14th Street in Greenvale. Reports are that about 7 p.m., the victim was sitting on a wall at the entrance of Greenvale across from a gas station when gunmen traveling in a motor car opened fire at him. He was hit multiple times and taken to hospital, where he was admitted in critical condition. There's a strong security presence in the community since Wednesday night following the incident. Greenvale, located just a mile west of the Mandeville town centre, has been affected by crimes, including murders, over the years, leading to curfews and lockdowns on entertainment events in the community. St. James records first murder of the year. After recording the most murders of all parishes during 2023, the St. James Police Division has recorded its first murder for the new year. The dead man has been identified as 40-year-old Michael Shaw, a mechanic of a Dundee, Maroon Town address in the parish. Shaw was reportedly shot and killed by a lone gunman on Wednesday, January 3. According to a report from the police, about 11:35 a.m., Shaw was at his garage when he was pounced upon by a man who brandished a gun and opened fire. The assailant reportedly escaped on foot in the area. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Shaw was seen lying on his back with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was assisted to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The police are urging individuals who may have information to contact them in relation to the incident. 7 charged, including 4 teens, in brutal beating of 14-year-old. 7 people, including 4 teenagers, have been charged in connection with the beating of a 14-year-old girl on Allen Street in Denby, Clarendon on Saturday. The brutal attack was captured on video and shared on social media. Charged with unlawful wounding and assault occasioning actual bodily harm are 52-year-old Pauline Hughes of Woodside District, 36-year-old Sharon Williams, and 22-year-old Amanda Anderson, both of Havana Heights in the parish. The identities of the 4 teens, 3 females, ages 15, 16, and 17, and a 17-year-old male have not been released. Reports from the Maple Police are that about 2 p.m., a 14-year-old female was on Allen Street when she was ambushed and beaten by the group, rendering her unconscious. She was assisted to hospital, where she was admitted in serious condition. Following an investigation, the 6 females were taken into custody on Tuesday, January 2, while the lone male was arrested a day later. The adults are slated to answer to charges in the Maple Parish Court on Thursday, January 11. 21-year-old slapped with lottery scamming charges. Detectives assigned to the lottery scam task force arrested a 21-year-old man after seizing 8 U.S. bank cards, 1 laptop, and a cell phone found in his possession during an operation at his home on Thursday morning. He has been identified as the Marion Spence of Bogue Village in Montego Bay. The confiscated devices reportedly contained information of persons residing overseas. Spence is now facing charges of possession of identity information and possession of access devices. Reports are that between the hours of 4 a.m. and 7 a.m., a search was conducted at Spence's residence, during which the bank cards and devices were seized. He was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. Popcorn facing several charges following clash with authorities at Unruly Fest. Andre Sutherland, popularly known as Popcorn, is set to appear before the St. Thomas Parish Court on Wednesday, January 10, after he was slapped with 5 charges in connection with an incident that unfolded at the 3rd staging of Unruly Fest in Yallas last month. The entertainer attended the Area 5 Police Headquarters, where he was served with 5 summons. It was charged with the use of indecent language, disorderly conduct, using abusive and calumnious language, issuing a threat to police officers, and the breaches of the Noise Abatement Act. Popcorn hurled insults at the police after they pulled the plug on the event shortly before 5 a.m. on December 23. Cops told entertainers who were on stage at the climax of the event that after allowing an extra hour, it was time to go. According to the authorities, Unruly Fest was slated to end at 4 a.m. Westmoreland can be charged with arson and assault after setting passengers' house on fire. A Westmoreland taxi operator has been charged for setting the house of a man who was a passenger in his vehicle on fire following an argument. The complainant sustained injuries while attempting to put out the blaze and had to be taken to the hospital for treatment. Howard Mason, otherwise called Blacks, of Bay Road in Little London, has been charged with assault, occasioning grievous bodily harm and arson arising from the November 5, 2023 incident. The Negril police report that about 2:30 a.m., an argument developed between Mason and a man who was a passenger in his taxi. The police say Mason left the area and then returned with a bottle of gasoline, which he used to set the complainant's house ablaze. The man received injuries while trying to put out the fire. After being treated at hospital, he later made a report to the police. Following investigations and an operation, Mason was taken into custody on Sunday, December 29, where a warrant was executed on him. His court date is being finalized. Man in custody following gun and ammo seizure during St. Elizabeth operation. A team of officers assigned to the St. Elizabeth Police Division took a man into custody following the seizure of a gun and 17 rounds of ammunition during an operation on the New Market Main Road in the parish on Wednesday. Reports from the Black River Police are that about 3:30 p.m., lawmen were in the area when a man was seen driving a Toyota Allion motor car along the roadway. He was signaled to stop, to which he complied. A search of the vehicle was conducted, and one 9mm Smith & Wesson S99VE pistol with a magazine containing 17 rounds of ammunition was allegedly found in his possession. He was subsequently taken into custody. His identity has been withheld pending further investigations. Political leaders urge unity and commitment to God. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has bemoaned the pervasiveness of conflict within the society. Speaking at the 4th Annual National Day of Prayer, Heal the Family, Heal the Nation, held on Wednesday at the Power Faith Ministries International in Portmore, St. Catherine, Holness indicated that in order to achieve peace, a partnership needs to be forged between the government, the church, and the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding. Holness, who brought brief greetings to the congregation right after reading the morning's first lesson from Philippians 2, verses 1 to 11, said that there was conflict present in all aspects of society, such as within the personal lives of citizens, within communities, and even within the workplace.
This is a ceremony where we all come together as one people, as one nation. And I'm very happy that Mark pointed that out, because sometimes it can appear as if we are divided. And I firmly believe that in all our hearts, we want the same thing. We all want peace in our country. We all want to be able to live in some form of comfort. We don't all want to be rich, but we certainly don't all have to be poor. And to get to that point, we all have to be productive. We all want to be gainfully employed in doing something from which we can earn an income, from which we can meet our expenses. And if we focus on those two things as a people, we can achieve that. But there are some challenges that we face. And each time I get the opportunity to greet the church in this form, I point out that the pursuit of the material is not sufficient. It's not enough. We have to get things right with our soul. Which is why I make the time every year to be present. Because all of us will have to face our Maker. And no matter how powerful we think we are, and in the moment, no matter how much wealth we have, or we must face our Maker. So it is important that as a nation, each of us gets right with the Lord. And a part of that is prayer. Prayer, obviously, is a thing that we do personally. But there is even greater power when the entire nation is praying. On New Year's Eve night, I met a lady who said to me, "Prime Minister, you have to do something about the crime." And I said to her, "You know, this year, murders are down 7.5%. Murders are down." I said to her, "You know, this year, serious crimes are the lowest they have been in 22 years. About 4,500 compared to sometimes as high as 9,000 reported serious crimes." And she still said to me, "Prime Minister, you need to do something about the crime." That was very profound, because it says that though our economy is doing well, though we are building the infrastructure, though the statistic, murders are going down, violent crimes, serious crimes are going down, how people feel, what they are being exposed to, what comes across on their social media, it is having an impact on our mental health. It is having an impact on how we perceive our well-being. And that is dangerous. So when I said we're going to have to treat with this issue of peace in a deliberate way, Mark, in a non-political way, it is something that we have to join up together to treat with peace. Because our society is in conflict. We have personal conflicts, we have conflicts at the workplace, conflicts in the community. You know, when we analyze the murder statistics, you know what we find? gang murders have gone down. Interpersonal crime resulting in murder is going up. It tells a story that personal conflict is resulting in the violent loss of life. So we have to, as a government, as a people, GLP and PNP, we're going to have to join together to deal with this issue of violence. So I'm saying to you, one place that we can start joining together with is the church. For the past 3 events I have said that. I am now at the point where I have received the preliminary results from the National Violence Prevention Commission, and we're going to start working on those to see how we can incorporate, not to the exclusion of anybody, everybody will be involved, and I have to be speaking very carefully because I don't want anybody to feel they'll be left out. But since I'm at the church, which will have many faith-based initiatives to treat with this issue of violence. So yes, crimes are going down, but violence is too much now for us in our society. My friends, thank you so much for listening. Again, thank you, Bishop, and to your lovely wife. God bless you. God bless Jamaica. Happy, productive, peaceful, and prosperous 2024.
Thank you very much, Bishop the Honorable Conrad Pitkin, Custos of St. James. I just want to acknowledge and thank Apostle Delpha Davis and his dear wife, Minister Petrova Davis, for hosting this service this year again. I endorse the sentiments of the Prime Minister that this has become an annual feature, which is a great inspiration and source of positive energy for us to begin a new year. I also want to acknowledge Reverend Dr. Elaine McCarthy, who is the chair of the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches, under whom this event falls, and all my colleagues, the Prime Minister, of course, my colleague parliamentarians in the House of Representatives and the Senate, all the members of the clergy who are here, and of course, each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, who are here in your numbers to participate in this annual National Day of Prayer. Jamaica faces many challenges. We remain a beautiful and blessed island with the greatest people on earth, and we have the capacity, with the will and with the help of the Father, to overcome those challenges that we face. We must never be so daunted that we give up hope. We must believe in ourselves and in our nation, and we must commit ourselves to living a righteous life in accordance with the will of God as expressed through his Lord, our Lord and Savior, his Son, Jesus Christ, that can guide us to a better way of living, a better society, and a better Jamaica. One of the beauties of this occasion is the fact that it is a non-political event where the Prime Minister and myself can come together, sit beside each other, and feel the Spirit of the Lord in this place, in this holy sanctuary. And this is what the people of Jamaica want to see. They want to see us coming together in unity. So that we can collectively face all the challenges of the nation and overcome them for the benefit of this generation and generations to come. So I thank you so much for allowing me to be here and to be part of this service this annual National Day of Prayer. The second reading comes from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 to 10, and I'm reading from the King James Version. I, therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. But unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Christ. Wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. Now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. The word of the Lord.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.